Hello friends. Okay, so I'm going to see how quickly I can flip through these three vintage Bambi books, or if I need to split it up into three separate videos. I don't know, we'll see, so bear with me here. So I did grab three books, kind of tore them apart. Two of them I have separated their pages, and it will come this way to you because I wanted to leave it open for you to fussy cut whatever you wanted. I may have liked an image that maybe you don't. So for these two books, I left it. So this one goes with this Bambi book. What is it? This one's 96. And this Bambi book here, this cover, it's kind of out of shot, is 75. So it'll come with the pages as well. Look how cute that is. I love it. That also kind of just helps keep the cost a little bit lower as well, because I'm not having to fussy cut and add it and do all that. You can do that yourself. And I did want to leave these pretty much little bits of me, but mostly you. I wanted to fluff them up, of course. As you can see, it's already getting chunky. So let me just kind of go through this one. So it starts, this book actually already came with this Liberty traditional pocket, which I thought was cool. So I just added a, library card and this leaf. And I went ahead and hole punched, crocodiled this vintage playing card and added some, this tassel, I believe this is Maggie Holmes, and added this. You could use it as a bookmark. You can just use it just as kind of decorative, kind of like I have in here. I have vintage butterfly napkin and vintage cards. A lot of the papers I use are either vintage or Felicity Jane, die cut with the View, or Maggie Holmes, of course. And then I've just sewn little pockets and tuck spots and stuff in here. This one is not a sewn in signature. This is kind of like TN styled. That way you can easily remove, add, pull out, rearrange. I wanted to leave it kind of in that style. I like doing that because sometimes it gets too chunky or I want to move a page or something. So that's how I have it set up. I've added, I'd say about 10 ruffles, I think, to each kit, or to each, not kit, what are we doing here? Junk journals. So here's the vintage fabric. It's actually like a little butterfly print there. It's kind of hard to see, but so I've added some pages, cute little post-it note sort of a situation with these deer, really cute. Another ruffle. This is currently in my collection. I believe this is fall mushrooms. It's like little mini ruffles. Another vintage book page on birds. This is a vintage, what is that? Like stationery. My goodness. I'm tired, y'all. I threw in a Project Life card and a tag that I sewed on some fabric. Let me move that one. You can see here some more. I love this Felicity Jane paper and a cute little deer. You could hole punch it and make it a tag. You can do whatever you want. Some vintage butterfly paper, more Felicity Jane paper, vintage card, vintage paper. This is actually watercolor paper, so you could watercolor it. You could journal. Here's a butterfly ruffle, and then I made a little tuck spot, so you get all the bingo cards, all the colors. Some guest checks, another tag with a sewn fabric piece, and then how cute is that card? So I just kind of threw some stuff in here, more Project Life cards, some paper. This is another, like, you could color this if you want, a little de-stressor. I threw in another ruffle, and these are not adhered because, again, I want you to be able to move it however you want. So when I package this, they'll be separate in a bag, so you can move them about. So here's a little mushroom sticker and another sticker. This is a Bambi ruffle, actually. It's Bambi fabric. There's Bambi there. And Thumper. Really cute. And then here's the back side of that butterfly paper, that Felicity Jane paper, the cute little deer. Another tag. You can see here, I love this fabric. Vintage fabric there. Another little ruffle. There's a little bird. Vintage playing card, more Felicity Jane paper. Here's the other side of that Post-it. It's really cute. Another little vintage card, a tuck spot right here. Some vintage tickets. Skip right through. So some more paper. These cute little flowers are Felicity Jane. And I believe this is Maggie Holmes. Some more vintage like garden paper, florals. And the back of that vintage butterfly paper. So here's a vintage children's book that I just kind of had sewn onto this vellum. Threw that in there. Threw a piece of Felicity Jane paper in there. And then here's some more of it. Cute little skunk card. How cute is that? It's blank on the back. Of course, it's got staining because it's vintage. And some more paper. Here's another little post, stationery. Super cute there. Here's the owl. And I threw in a leaf. And Project Life card. And another little deer. This is die cut with a view. It's another ruffle. I really like this. It kind of reminded me of his little spots, right? Some paper, a sticker, Project Life. Some more. This is actually linen paper. And this is, I believe, Cartabella. Vintage typing paper. I like this flashcard, this white-tailed deer. A little, I think it was P13, I can't remember. Vintage playing cards, which these cards I actually do have in the shop as well if you just want the cards. I do have them. I think they're under the category vintage playing cards by themselves. But I like this. And then what I added was in this pocket is, of course, this, is it Cartabella? I think so. Stephen Duncan, I think, that does the decorating. On the back side, this is actually fabric. So I adhered some fabric to it and added this little card. So here's like the target, and there's them shooting, and the fire, because we know the fire happens, and just some more little things, little tuck spots and pockets and stuff, more vintage fabric. I did a leaf, and here's the other side that you can tuck stuff in as well. Vintage bingo card, another tag with some sewn little tassels, right? So here's some deer. It's die cuts with the view. Right, little baby deer. Here's that mushroom ruffle, like I said, is in the shop. You can look under fall. Here's a texture piece that I'd sewn in here on a card, and some like flags, sticker flags, a tag, and some vintage paper, right? Paint sample card. Here's another ruffle, black, grays, and yellows. Here's the other side of that postage stationery. It's got some mushrooms and stuff, really cute. And here's another ruffle. These two are in the shop. These are baby forest animals, I believe is what I called it. That's the problem with naming everything. You just, you have to try to remember all the names. So, and then here's another pink ruffle, butterfly. This is a sticker, another little vintage playing card, and here's the back side of that pocket, right? So that's this one. And this will come, like I said, it'll come with the pages. It's not sewn in, it's not attached, but it'll come with it so you can do what you want. And then here's the cute charms. I've been wanting to do this. I've seen other ladies do this, and it just sounds great, and I love the way it feels, and all that sort of, it gives me joy. Here's a really cool vintage button. Look at this butterfly, little mushroom. How cute is that? So the owl. So this is going to come with a junk journal. And it'll most likely have this little guy, this little fabric piece, and then the fox, because there's the fox. No, there's a fox in this one. So he'll come with the owl. I think that Bambi will come with the owl. Cute little yo-yo heart, and then the owl button that you can just adhere if you want. Okay, so this one is the Bambi Friends of the Forest. You can see it's pretty chunky as well. Here's this tassel and bauble and the bird. I wanted to get that bird, you know, highlighted in here. Really cute, the owl. Oop, I just hit the camera, sorry. And little sparkly beads and stuff. So this will most likely come with this one if I didn't already put one in there. I may have put one in there. So this might be actually for this one. But okay, so when you open this one up, this one again is kind of like the TN style. You can slip it in, slip it out. Here is the inside. This is a vintage postcard, and I just kind of add some adhesive to it to kind of give it a little bit of a shine. This is another card that I added some Maggie Home tassel dangly bit to. Right, this one's a 3, and then another leaf and library card. So this one's got a little Bambi vintage card. This is actually computer, like the old punch computers, I guess is what they were saying. When my friend Sandy actually gave this to me. So she said I could use them in the shop. It's really sweet. Vintage tally card, a cute little thumper, kiss little cutout. And then again, same papers, die cut with the View, vintage, Felicity Jane, Maggie Holmes, that sort of stuff is what I love to use. Here's the vintage seed, another little card, a couple of vintage cards. This is actually Felicity Jane. It's like a color palette swatch kind of situation, and then a flower. Put that in there. Okay, so this is sewn. Another little vintage seed envelope. Try not to mess this up as I'm showing you, because then that wouldn't work too well now, would it? All right, so there's some graph paper, another Bambi ruffle, some vellum. I can't remember. Christine Middlecamp. Fancy pants paper. Again, linen. This is vintage fabric that I just turned into a pocket. Tucked this playing card into. You can see that. Okay, another tag. Throwing stuff in there. Here's another texture piece with that same fabric from the last one. Playing cards, tags, flags, and then this little flower. Another ruffle. These are the fall florals and plaids that are in the shop. Maggie Holmes paper. Tuck this in. You can see this cute vintage deer card. These leaf little die cuts and some florals. So I just kind of have that tucked in there. Some more of this linen paper and butterfly, a sticker, and I believe, yeah, that's an envelope. Okay, I have this that I cut out and I had sewn into like a little tuck spot, this little floral and paint sample card. Okay, little vellum piece. It says "My heart is full." That's Maggie Holmes. This is a little color. I guess you can color that. Yeah, little deer and note card. Some more Felicity Jane paper. Tuck this in. This is actually some washi tape that I'd sewn, and then steel fabric. There's that deer forest, baby forest animals, bag. Again, since this is TN style, you can kind of like, put it in there on your own. Here's a ruffle, vintage sale price tag, and then here's just the back side, another tuck spot. Here's that butterfly ruffle. Here's some more things. Okay, yeah, so here's the yo-yo here for this owl. That one will go for this book. The other one, the fox one, goes here. So here's vintage, like almost like a patch, but it doesn't have adhesive. A little crocheted flower, a rabbit, some more of those like sample cards, vintage playing card, some more paper, cute little puffy sticker, Felicity Jane. I just saw this fabric. I don't know why I bought so much of this fabric, but I need to do something with it. But I added it because it's the Forest and Friends, and you can see the little, even though this is like a hedgehog, I was like, it works, it's fine. So there's another Project Life card, a cute little butterfly paper clip, and some stamps. I didn't add stamps to the other review of that book. I will though. I'll add some of those. Cute little vintage ruffle, and then here's the second like signature cute little textured piece I threw in here. Project Life card, some vintage florals, and more cards and paper. Another cute little ruffle. It's got a squirrel right there. It's really cute. Some more Felicity Jane paper. Here's a doily tucked in here. Here's another, that same postlet paper, another ruffle. Again, they're not adhered, so you can move them. Vintage postcard, blank on the back as well. Some more tuck spots, cards. This cute little leaf pick. I love this paper. It's die cut with a view. It just, oh, so cute. This is a fun, another like post-a-let, I guess. Is that what they're called? Some paper, little deer, just some forest paper, some more die cut with a view, vintage playing card, and then another little pocket, little sticker, and vintage tickets, envelope, butterfly, another vintage ticket. These are these felt florals from Felicity Jane. So again, it's just the same thing repeated. There's a little piece here. Don't worry about that. You could always like glue some paper and make it longer. If everything's too long, just fold it and tuck it in. Again, with the bingo cards and all the rainbow tickets, I'll make sure they're in here. If they're not filmed, it's just because I wanted to hurry up and film it. So don't worry, it'll be in there. Little vintage skunk. Here's the back side again of that card, of that paper. Cute fabric, ruffle. Here's the fabric piece to do some layering or whatever you want. I really like using it as like another piece of paper. And then a cute little vintage fox card. Little frame. I like this paper. It's got some foiling in it. Let me see. We'll just leave that for now. And then just Paige Evans, I believe that is. And a little cute ephemera piece. If I can get it to paperclip. And then vellum, and then here's the back side, and there's the back of the book. Okay. So that will come with these pages. And I will, tuck that in here. And then, and that green seems to shed a little bit. So here's this one. This one is actually sewn signature, and you can see the tassel and the dangly bits here. This one actually has not just the beading, but it has ribbons and threads, and I just love the feel and look of it. And of course that's going to be a little bit more because some of it is vintage. And some of these beads are actually from my old jewelry that I kept. And, as an artist, you're like, I can do something with that. I can use it. So here's all the little bits. I love this vintage button. And a little mushroom and these cool little florals and buttons and beads. I love these hearts. So that's this one. Okay, so this one is sewn in the back. And this is 1975, and it's similar to that one I just showed you. Here are, let me move this down, the photos. These are pretty clean as well. And so, you know, they come with that extra space. So I had to cut it down and I sewed it, and then I had a moment, I was like, how am I going to adhere this? So I ended up adding a little bit of a binding and had sewn the signature in. So here's the back side. Okay, so let's go through this one. I really like this fabric. I use the same fabric for my Groovy Christmas ruffles. I think it works. Spring, summer, fall, winter, it doesn't matter. To me, it works if it makes you happy. So here's another vintage postcard, paper postcard adhered with a library card, another leaf. That's got a squirrel, and then here's this vintage playing card. It's an ace, and again another Maggie Holmes little dingly tassel. I love how that came out. Here's a little pocket, again Felicity Jane, vintage papers, Maggie Holmes, die cut with a view, Cartabella. Those are usually what I use. I like their quality. So just a nice little, I purposely tore this just to give it some texture. You know, your girl, she likes texture. So some vintage pieces from a gardening book, some tags, some tickets, note cards, vellum.